Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the world, guys. Delusions of Hope coming back at you with another Infinity Wars deck tech. This one is one that I've concocted myself. I really haven't looked at anyone else's list for it. It's just one that I've thrown together and I've kind of tweaked throughout the past couple months. Well, past month and a half or so since the last expansion dropped, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I don't play it in ranked because I do get rolled a little bit, but I played a lot in casual and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So the title of the deck is Verore's Death, and the reason I call it that is because Verore already has a lot of death stuff, but man, you throw sleepers in there, and it's just all sorts of fun to be had. So let's go ahead and just dive right in, shall we? In the command zone, I have two of these lovely guys, Demon of Fear. He's a 5 caster 10/10 with flying, but you can also sink in X, where X is the number of resources you pay, and for everyone you do, he can push a character back to the support zone. This is really good because it's one of the most efficient flyers in the game. But in this deck, it's not to push attackers or blockers out of the way. I'm sorry, out of the way. Like you'll see a lot of it used a lot of the time. I use it to slow the offense a lot, or to pick and choose what I want to attack and what I don't want to attack. So a lot of uses for it there, but it's also a 5 caster 10/10 flyer, and it's just an all around really solid card. It's one of the top 5 rares in the game right now. So, but I do run two of them. They are a little morale heavy, but I don't run a lot of creatures in the deck, so I do run a lot of high morale costing creatures, but that's okay because, like I said, I don't run a lot of creatures. So, um, for the sleeper commander, I've picked Infected Pack Leader. And the reason I really like him is because it gives me a solid 3 drop to from playing against, say, Flame Dawn, to throw something in the way of their rush until I can set up to until I can set up my board to get a lockout and slow the bleeding long enough so I can, like I said, so I can start playing my kill spells to gain control of the board. Um, Here is the first of many spells in the deck, Desolation. It's a 4 caster. Deal 5 damage to all characters in your opponent's support zone. This card is really good for sniping ramp, like Warpath or Nobles, bring lives by passing and whatnot. But there are other creatures that like to stay in support zones, say like Tithe Collector and other stuff. So it does play in conjunction with another card, which I'll get to here in a little bit, fairly well. But I do run threes. It's a pretty solid card to have in your hand most of the time. Moving on, we have a 3 caster by the name of Hubris the Strong. It's an ability, and it changes the power and health of a target creature in a combat zone to 1/1. This is pretty much just to, snipe any big targets that are out there. It can be used to slow the bleeding off. Say they play a really fast creature like Sidon or something like that. It just turn them into a harmless 1/1 and carry on with your day. Moving on. This is one of my main inspirations for the deck. It's a Infest. It's a 4 caster Verore Sleeper both Purity. Destroy target creature in combat zone. When the target creature is destroyed, I get a 6/4 Risen of Evrock in my support zone. So for one more, then a Death Ray, which I'll get to here in a minute, you also get a 6/4 creature out of it. So once again, it's just pretty much just straight removal. Here's the workhorse of the deck and one of my main kill conditions, Summoning Stone. It's a 3 caster. Every time I cast a spell, I put 2 counters on it, and then I can exhaust it to put an XX flying token where X is the number of counters on it. So this is pretty much the kill condition. I just keep the board clear, keep the board clear, keep the board clear, pump out a bunch of flyers, and win. Moving on to Death Ray. Pretty simple, straightforward. For 3, kill target in combat zone. Really can't get much simpler than that. So it's one of the most efficient kill spells in the game. Since I got 2 of these guys in the support, you better believe I'm playing 3 in the main. Like I said, he's really good for picking and choosing what you want to attack. Not very often I gotta push defenders back, but slows the bleeding a lot. He's a 10-10 blocker, so he does a lot of work for his cost. So definitely running three in the main. Um, this is a card that I'm kind of back and forth about. I run called Shad's Assassinates. I really haven't picked what I really like in this slot yet, but right now I'm using Eaten by Zombies, and I have used this as another kill condition because I kill one of their bigger things, and I get it back 3 turns later because it kills the target creature in combat zone in 3 turns. That character's still in the graveyard. It comes from the graveyard under my control. So I think I've killed things like mega units and stuff, and then just won 3 turns later by keeping the board clear. So pretty solid card. Moving on, we come up to Lightning Blast. It's a 1 caster. Deal 4 damage to target character. If that character is artificial, it deals 8 damage instead. We don't have many 1-drops in the deck, so it's good to have something in that 1-drop slot to do something with. However, this is one of the few spells in the deck that can actually target the support zone. So, to kill constructors, death worshippers. I mean, there brings life by passing. There's just a slew of stuff that you can play. I've killed ransackers with it. I mean, just about every faction has 1 or 2 cards that they do play in the command every once in a while that does have a low life total that you can just snipe off right from the start and not have to worry about it. Mass Death, pretty self-explanatory. It's a 6 caster. Kill all creatures in combat zone. This is pretty much your bread and butter kill spell. Clear the board and start taking advantage after that by killing stuff one at a time until you can win via your flyers. Because most of the stuff in here that kills is flyers minus the command or the infected pack leader and commands, and eaten by zombies if it kills a non-flyer, and the infest or the token from infest. I do run two Rita Shadow Priestess. At the end of every turn, if she's on the battlefield, I get a 2/2 worshiper. This is good because I use it in combination with Verore, the Lone Cube. It's a 6 caster location. Only 1 character without flying may attack me each turn, but I lose 4 morale. So can slow the bleeding a lot, and with her, I can create pretty much an unstoppable wave of 2/2s that I can just chump block. It doesn't work all the time, but it can create a soft lock in its own right if they can't deal with either one of them. I do run 1 Calamity. It's an 11 caster. Remove all characters in play from the game. I do run one of these just because it's a really good reset button. Like if they like Warpath, if they've just swarmed me and I feel the feeling they're gonna go all in, I'll just reset the board and then let my kill spells take me to victory. The 1-drop I run is Wealthy Noble. He's pretty much just ramp 1 caster 0/2. As long as he's in the battlefield, I get an extra resource, so he's a good 1-drop along with Lightning Blast. So I do have something to do on the first turn. I do run 3 Fear. All characters in the combat zone retreat back to the support zone. It helps me to slow the rush from, say, Flame Dawn. But I also use this. I showed this deck to a couple people in a stream, and they suggested running this with Desolation. And so far, I have loved the results of that. So it's twofold that if I need to move everything back in one spot and I can nuke it, or if I just need to slow the bleeding long enough to set up Mass Death or a Verore Rita Softlock. And the last card I run is Tome of the Dead. This is pretty much just a catch-all, just in case if I can't draw Mass Death, I'll lay this and then just hold the board until it blows, and then then they'll commit everything next turn and the turn after all Mass Death. So it just gives me another mass removal in the deck aside from Mass Death itself and Calamity. So this is the deck. It's a lot of fun to play. I mean, it can take a while to win with it, but a lot of people don't see it coming. So hope you guys liked it. Like I said, if you like my videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Hope to bring you some more deck techs down the road, and I've got some more ideas for content. It's just right now I'm so busy with real life and working 50 hours that I don't have a lot of time. So just showing you guys just some decks and getting to know you, getting to know my viewers and stuff a little bit before I get into a little more. Because I definitely some of the decks that I've shown you, I definitely want to play and walk you through some tactics and stuff. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you on the battlefield.